Hey travelers, welcome to another video. If this is your first time here, welcome. In today's video, we're going to be talking all about the Foreign Service Officer Test, also known as the FSOT. Why am I making this video? Because you all keep requesting this video, and so here it is. The Foreign Service Officer Test is one of the first steps to becoming a Foreign Service Officer, and here I am to break it down for you all. So if you want to see more of this content, make sure you smash the subscribe button and smash the like button for more of this content. All right, let's get started. So what exactly is the Foreign Service Officer Test? It's the FSOT. It's basically examining if you know your stuff. So what are they examining? They're examining if you know American history and culture. They're examining if you know American civics, world history and geography, economics, management, computers, if you know how to use English properly, and if you know how to write a persuasive essay. So what exactly is the format of the FSOT? Personally, it reminded me of the SATs or the GREs, and what do I mean by that? Is it seems like it is a standardized test. Now what you will see on the FSOT is in the beginning you'll have your multiple choice questions, and then towards the end you are expected to write an essay. Now, where exactly can you take this FSOT? You can take it and domestically, there are testing facilities that you can take it at. You do need to do your research to see where the closest testing facility is to you. Overseas, the same thing, but you may have the option of taking it at embassy or consulate if the embassy or consulate allows you to do so. Again, do your own research. For domestically and overseas, now there's an option as of October 2020 to take it in your home. Again, do your own due diligence to see what exactly is involved. So how much is the FSOT? The FSOT is essentially free, but what you need to know is that you need to put down $5 to hold your spot in line. So you got to put down $5 via your credit card or debit card to hold your spot in line. When you take the FSOT, they will refund you the $5. But one thing that you should know is if you do not show up and you do not tell them that you're not able to take the FSOT 48 hours prior to the test, they will charge you $67. So you have your $67 plus your $5, which is a $72 no-show fee. So make sure you do your due diligence and let people know if you can't take the test. So what is something that you should consider before you take the test? Well, I think it's really important that you know what kind of career track that you want to go into when you're going into the Foreign Service. And so that's one of the first big decisions that you have to make. And that's something that they're going to ask you when you register for the FSOT. What kind of cone do you want to go into, whether that's management, political, consular, public diplomacy, or economic? And to determine what is the best cone for you, careers.state.gov does a really good job with helping you determine what cone is best for you. You can take a quiz on their website that will help you determine it. Also, I've already made a video that breaks down the different cones in my video called What Do Diplomats Do? So be sure to check that out because it's really important. You know why? Because you cannot change your cone while you are in the initial process of becoming a Foreign Service Officer. So what is some of the things that you can do to prepare for the test? The actual test date. Well, the first thing that you should know is this test is long. It is mentally draining, and so you have to have the right mindset. The first things first is that you should get a good night's sleep. And with that said, you can't really study for this test. Why? Because it's kind of like Jeopardy. It tests a wide variety of information. It tests general knowledge. It's not like your professor is going to give you like questions and be like, hey, what is the capital of this? And then you expect that it's going to be on the test. No, there's going to be like all these different questions on the test. There's not anything you can study for. If you don't have the answers or the questions for the test the day before, don't worry, just go in it and take the test. Other things that you should take into consideration is food and drink. Now, before you take the test, you should have a hearty breakfast or you should have a hearty lunch because food and drink are not permitted while you are taking the test, and this includes your water and your coffee. So make sure you fill up on all the nutrients that you need to fill up on before you take the test. Now, if you have a medical reason for why you need to have food or drink during the test, make sure you talk with testing people before you take the test. As far as clothes go, you cannot have suit coats or you can't have jackets or sweaters. So make sure you wear something that you won't be like super hot in, or make sure you won't wear something that you're like super cold in, because this can help because this affects like how like your performance go while you're taking the test. So wear something that's super comfortable. And with that said, you're not going for an interview, you're not meeting somebody in person to take the test, so wear something comfortable. You're going to be in a cubicle. If you're doing it from home, you're in your home, so wear something comfortable. It's not exactly an interview, but it is a critical part of your foreign service journey process. So what exactly is my personal advice to take the test? My personal advice to take the test is, number one, just take it. Like, you just have to take the test. You got to put yourself out there. If you pass it, you take the test, you get to the QPs, you get to the orals, you're good, you become a foreign service officer, bam. If by any chance you do not pass the FSOT, that is not the end of your story. In fact, taking the FSOT, well, because it's free, I mean, you have to put your $5 deposit down like we talked about earlier, that is an advantage to you. Why is it an advantage to you? Because you will know what the test format is like. You'll know what kind of questions they're asking you. Even though the questions change for the test, you'll get an idea about how the test is, and then that will help you in the future when you take the test again. So be sure to take the test. Don't like wait for like years on years. Like, you'll be like, oh, I need to study for this. Just take the test. Like, look, just take the test. Secondly, you need determination, you need dedication, and you need discipline in order to take the test. This process is a long journey. Even if you pass the FSOT, there is a waiting game besides this. I've talked to foreign service officers who have been in the game for a decade trying to take the test. Before they became foreign service officers, they were tried multiple times. Do not give up. You gotta persevere. You have to be disciplined. You have to be dedicated with this test. You can do it. Look, I'm looking at you. You can do it. And with that said, if you by any chance do not find your groove, you are having if you do not have success with taking the test, talk with a diplomat in residence. I've made a video that talks about what exactly or who exactly is a diplomat in residence, and I want you to contact these people so that they can help you get to where you need to go. Another tip of taking the foreign service officer test is you need to read, you need to be curious, you need to get in those newspaper articles every single day. Every day be reading the newspapers, and the State Department does a really good job of outlining what kind of newspapers that gives you information that you need to know. When you're reading these newspapers, it not only talks about current events, but it talks about history in the past, and so you'll be able to get historical events as well as current events that will help you prepare for the test, and this will help you be able to answer the questions on the foreign service test, as well as books. There is a suggested reader list on the State Department website that I will link in the description box below that will help you take this test, so be sure to check that out as well. So another thing that you need to know if you are taking the FSOT is practice tests are your best friend. And why are they your best friend? Because practice tests identify your strengths and your weaknesses. Now, when you take these practice tests, it's not a chance or opportunity to be like, I did really well, which is good. But really what you want to do is you want to focus on your weaknesses, because your weaknesses alert you to what you actually need to study for, what you need to put your energy into. And so when you have your weaknesses, then you have a roadmap, you have a study plan of what you need to focus on, and that will help you plan for the FSOT. One thing that I want you to take away from this video is that the FSOT is a critical part of being a foreign service officer, but it is not the end-all be-all to being a foreign service officer. There are many different entrance points into becoming a foreign service officer, so do not let the FSOT get you down. Just know that you have other options available to you, and one of these options are the fellowships. So becoming a fellow can help you bypass the FSOT and help you to still become a foreign service officer. If you are a student, do not just focus on grades. I cannot stress this strongly enough. You need to focus on knowledge. It's great to be an A student, but it's good to focus on what exactly is being taught in those classes. And I have, to your benefit, have made already a video on the courses, the college courses that you could consider if you are considering being a foreign service officer. So be sure to check that video out. Travelers, thank you for joining me on another video today. I really enjoyed making this content for you all. In the comment section below, make sure you comment on future ideas that you want to see from me in the future. I would really appreciate it. Make sure you smash that like button, and if you're new here, welcome again. Make sure you subscribe so you will never miss a future video. Let's travel with our dreams together.